Spotify is preparing a paid AI tool that could let fans remix real artists without ignoring consent, credit, or payment. It is not available yet, but its licensing model could become an important test for the future of AI music. That leads to Dairo's theme. AI is colliding with real-world ownership, electricity, hardware, and infrastructure. Here are 5 verified developments and what they change in practice. Spotify and Merlin, which represents independent labels and distributors, announced a licensing agreement for Spotify's upcoming fan-made covers and remixing tool. Artists and songwriters represented through participating labels will be able to choose whether their work is included. Spotify says creators will receive credit and compensation, and fan creations will link listeners back to the original work. Universal Music Group is already participating, while the Merlin agreement extends the project to a large independent network. Availability is limited. Spotify says a research preview will first reach only a subset of users. The company has not announced the launch date or price, beyond confirming that it will be a paid add-on. Why it matters? This approach does not solve every copyright question around generative music, but it creates a clearer transaction. Artists opt in, fans gain creative tools, and rights holders share in the value. Ordinary listeners should care because this may decide whether AI remixes become a licensed feature or another source of unapproved copies. The second story is about the physical cost of AI. Texas has directed the Public Utility Commission and the state grid operator, ERCOT, to audit every data center project seeking a grid connection before it can move forward. The Governor's office says ERCOT is tracking more than 474 gigawatts of proposed new connections, over 5 times the GridEuro's record peak demand. It says roughly 90% of those requests involve data centers. Some proposals may never be built, so the queue is not the same as actual demand. The audits will examine electricity, water, cooling, tax incentives, ownership, noise, lighting, and community effects. A project that does not comply can be denied a grid connection. Why it matters? The race for AI compute now depends on whether local power and water systems can support it. For residents, the practical questions are reliability, utility prices, and resource use. For AI companies, announcing a facility is no longer enough. Infrastructure plans may need to prove they will not shift unacceptable costs onto communities. Third, Apple has escalated its trade secret lawsuit involving OpenAI and former Apple employees. Apple is requesting a preliminary injunction and faster evidence gathering. It alleges that additional former workers may have witnessed or participated in the handling of confidential information. OpenAI strongly disputes the case. The company says it neither has nor wants Apple trade secrets, calls the requested injunction unnecessary, and argues that some continued access resulted from Apple's own account management problems. These are competing legal claims. A court has not determined that OpenAI used Apple trade secrets, and the requested injunction has not been granted. Why it matters? Apple is trying to limit work it believes may rely on its confidential technology, while OpenAI says its hardware plans are independently developed. The outcome could affect AI device development and how technology companies manage departing employees, but viewers should not treat either side's filing as a final verdict. The fourth development offers a smaller alternative to giant AI campuses. Runware launched the Sonic Inference Pod, a transportable modular data center designed to run AI models near the people using them. The company says pods can be built quickly, use closed-loop cooling without consuming water, and route work across a distributed network. Runware reports 10 pods being deployed across the United States, Europe, and Asia-Pacific. Its lower cost and higher quality statements are company claims and have not been independently verified. The product is aimed at companies buying AI inference, not ordinary home users, and pricing depends on commercial arrangements. Why it matters? Inference is the computing needed every time an AI model answers a request. Putting that capacity closer to users could reduce delay and add supply faster. But modular construction does not remove electricity demand, so buyers should compare measured cost, reliability, and environmental performance rather than relying on launch claims. Finally, Endeavor Optical Networks, or EON, emerged from stealth with $10.75 million in seed funding. It wants to connect data centers across continents using laser links through a planned network of about 20 satellites. The goal is to supplement undersea fiber on routes that are expensive or poorly served. UN is targeting links measured in terabits per second, but atmospheric distortion, clouds, and satellite reliability remain substantial engineering challenges. This is not available now. The company plans ground tests first and hopes to launch a demonstration satellite near the end of 2027. An independent industry analyst told TechCrunch that dependable satellite links for data centers will probably be harder and slower to build than founders suggest. Why it matters? AI infrastructure is not only chips and power plants. Models also need to move enormous datasets between regions. Space lasers could add resilience to global networks, but this remains a funded proposal rather than proven infrastructure. Today, a EuroS pattern is that AI products are meeting systems outside the model itself. Music requires permission and payment. Compute requires power and water. Hardware development requires clear intellectual property boundaries. Distributed AI needs measurable economics, and global AI needs dependable networks. Which development has the biggest practical impact? Licensed AI remixes, Texas data center audits, the Apple and OpenAI dispute, portable inference pods, or space laser links? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for your daily AI update.